Welcome to the Millionaire Maker Show, a podcast helping online coaches monetize their life's work and scale their businesses to create more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. Now, with over 20 years of business building, coaching, and consulting experience, here's your host, author, speaker, and creator of the Millionaire Maker Coaching Funnel, Lindsay Anderson.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Millionaire Maker Show. I am your host, Lindsay Anderson, and today we're going to be talking all about high ticket sales. Now, there are some really important things that you need to know in order to close more people into your high ticket programs. And today I'll be sharing with you some of my very best insights for how to really increase those conversion rates on those sales calls. There are mistakes that people make across the board every time I talk to somebody, and I see these mistakes time and time again. And these are actually the mistakes that when my team at Lindsay Anderson Coaching or my agency at the BAM agency go in and work with you, these are the mistakes that we really tighten up when it comes to your sales process. So that's what I do. I'm an expert in high ticket sales. And today you're going to be hearing about all of those mistakes people make on high ticket sales and how to fix them. You don't want to fall victim to these mistakes because then you won't be selling enough high ticket programs. You won't be helping the people that you need to help. It's just better for everybody if you can learn from these mistakes. Before we dive into that, let me introduce myself. My name is Lindsay Anderson. I'm the host. If you're new here, and I am an expert, 20-year veteran expert in helping people like you, experts, coaches, consultants, sell more programs profitably online. There's a big difference there between selling a bunch of programs and selling them profitably. And that's exactly what we do here on the Millionaire Maker Show. The Millionaire Maker, by the way, if you're new here, speaking of all the new people that are listening, okay, is the whole show is based on my Millionaire Maker Funnel, my one-page business model for how to really showcase and share your programs in a way that will allow you to actually scale. And so, of course, because I named this podcast The Millionaire Maker Show, episode 1 is all about this very one-page business model, the Millionaire Maker Self-Filling Coaching Funnel. Go and listen to the episode. That's where like the selling my program online dream, I wake up to thousands of dollars in my inbox kind of dreams are made. And it's right there on one page in the Millionaire Maker Funnel. Go and check it out. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling pretty pumped up today because we just finished up the Fill Your Programs with Social Media workshop. It was a huge success. A big thank you to my team. We couldn't serve over 700 people without the help of a team. I love providing these workshops to you because it's our passion here at Lindsay Anderson Coaching. My whole team is to make sure you have the strategies, the systems, and the sales to really grow your online expertise business. So it's very exciting when we put on these workshops, and I'm excited because a lot of people reach out. I'm answering a lot of these questions today that I didn't get a chance to answer in the workshop. So you're good. I'm passionate today because it's really what you need to know. This is what you need to fix in order to sell more high ticket sales. Okay. Before that, make sure that you know this. Applications are still open to work with myself and my team. So many people reached out. They wanted a replay of that killer workshop we gave. We extended replays for 1 week. Go to fillyourcoachingprograms.live and put your name and email in there. You got like 1 day to actually listen to that thing. Okay, so go binge it. Now, if you're listening to this a little bit later and you've missed the replays, I'm sorry. However, I am always giving some sort of live workshop or live event because it is our passion to connect with you, to help you and to make sure that your programs are being spread as quickly and as effectively and as profitably as possible. So, applications are open to working with us. Here's the thing, you guys, okay? You don't want to be in the same place you are next year, okay? So applications are now open to work with myself and my team. All you have to do is go to lindsayaa.com/coaching, fill out that application, and see what we can do to actually help you scale your business. It is what we do best. Go fill out the application. We can help you. I have many different ways I can help you. I have my own digital marketing agency where we help online coaches, consultants, and experts really scale their online businesses through paid media buys, through highly effective launches, through the whole strategy of really getting that to the next level. But I also have a myriad of coaching programs where I can teach you how to do this very, very effectively. The beautiful thing is about these online businesses, it's available for everyone. It is available for you to really have that more time, more money, more freedom, and more impact. What I don't want to see for you is that you are in the same place 1 year from now that you are in today. That's the worst place to be in. Look at what happened last year. Have you made big forward momentum? Okay. If not, what is going to change to get next year to be the same? And just, do your future self a little favor here. Go check in with them and say, hey, future self, is it okay if we are in the same place again in this business that I really, really want to grow, that I'm really, really passionate about, that I know can actually help other people in a very significant way? And hear what your future self has to say back to you. Chances are, okay, they won't be happy with you. And so really think logically about this. What are you going to do? What are you going to change that's not going to make your future self super mad at you? And do that. Now, one of those ways that you can do that is fill out an application to work with myself and my team. It's what we do, okay? This is all we do. We eat it for breakfast. I'm passionate about it. I have 20 years of experience. Now, I can help you. Just that phone call alone will help you. But my calendar does get full. So make sure you go to lindsayaa.com/coaching and fill out that application. Now, one more thing I want you to know before I dive into the biggest sales mistakes that people make when selling high ticket coaching, and that is you can't expect to be an expert on everything. You have an expertise. That's who I talk to here. I talk to coaches, consultants, and experts that have a real expertise. They have a methodology that they want to pass on to the world that they know actually works for others when implemented. So we're both experts, and from one expert to another, okay, you cannot expect to be an expert in digital marketing, in Instagram, in YouTube, in landing pages and launches and scaling and business and cash flow and all of the, we're going back to the triple S's here, and all of the strategies and the systems and the sales required to get your business to the next level, okay? So let two experts shake hands and understand that, because it's nuanced, okay? As many people as you see on your Facebook that's, making $1 million and like whatever else is being advertised right now and how easy it is, right? Just think about what's really happening. What's happening for you? What's happening to other people that you talk to? Like, how many people do you actually meet in real person, okay? I know these ads make it look easy, and it's simple, but it's not easy, okay? It's implementing the Millionaire Maker Funnel in a really strategic way. That's all it is. Sure, it's easy or it's simple, okay? But it's a nuance, and it's applied to you. And there's just a lot to know here. That's why I have a whole podcast dedicating to helping you guys do that. If you could figure it out, wouldn't you have already? So get an expert if you're serious about your business. All right. Go to lindsayaa.com/coaching, fill out an application to work with myself and my team. We can help you. All right. Let's get on to these sales calls situation. Now, the reason why this came up is because I had someone leave me a voice message during our workshop. And she was basically like, Lindsay, I was a very successful coach. I quit because I had some life circumstances. Now I'm trying to get back into it. And I shared with her my social media black book strategy. I told her, you got to reach out in the DMs. You have a big, long contact list. Go reach out to them. They want to hear from you. And her voice memo back was, I've been hearing nothing, Lindsay. Now, she's in a real situation right now, okay? She is out of money. She really needs this to work. And, the good news about a situation like that is then you do what has to be done in that case. Like, it sucks. It has to get there, but you end up really putting the pedal to the metal and trying to make some stuff happen. So she reaches out to me and she has been tending all of my workshops. She's in a real financial situation. She has some bills that she has to pay. And unless this works, her life is going to significantly change. Now, this sucks for her, but just know this pattern. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, but know this pattern. When it goes to making money and it goes to stepping out of your comfort zone and it goes towards running towards that fear, that for many people, they have to hit rock bottom, myself included. I have many times in my life that I have been there and I haven't been doing what I need to do. And I'm about to hit rock bottom and it's like, okay, well, you know what? What I have to do here is a lot less scary than what's facing me over here. Fear-wise, I was facing $100,000 in tax debt. And that fear of that tax debt and being 6 months pregnant with my daughter was a lot scarier than actually figuring out what value I can provide and sell it confidently. So let me play back what I said to her, what my advice to her when she voice memoed me and she goes, Lindsay, I'm doing what you're asking me to do. I'm desperate, okay? And you could hear the desperation in her voice. And she says, I have a feeling that it's because of the energy I'm bringing to these voice memos that I'm reaching out to people that I know. What I see in her is a huge contact list, a career of expertise. Like, all she has to do is see that in herself and then reach out and let people know that she is available or that she could help to really just get some things moving in her business. So she reached out saying, I don't think this is working. I'm getting crickets. What is your advice? I'm going to play my voice memo back that I sent her so you can see what my answer was for her.
I know this isn't what you want to hear, but I'll just tell you how it is. You're right. You are creating your own experience. And when it comes to program sales and making these kinds of offers, they can tell because it's energetic or it's in the way that you speak. I've literally had coaching students that I will listen to their sales calls and I'll be like, hey, why are you acting like this isn't going to happen? You can just tell it. And so they'll be like, oh, and then they'll kind of snap. You have a ton of experience. But you've got to go in with confidence because they'll be able to tell that you're unsure of this program. So what's my advice? My advice is you got to find that value in yourself because social media totally works. That's how you just talk to people. It's not social media. You're not marketing. You're connecting with people and just reconnecting. So just view them as people. That's my biggest piece of advice. And it does matter in your tone. It's tonality or something. I'm sure, you're an actress, you probably know this. So I'm sure it's not what you want to hear. The only way is to acknowledge that you're doing that. Just know your value. You have a ton of value. And I've only talked to you a couple times.
Okay, so now what I say in that voice memo is so true. And it's sometimes when I'm selling all the strategies, remember the 3 S's, it's the strategies, it's the systems, it's the sales. When I'm talking to you guys about my strategies and I'm telling you how great they work and how awesome they are, I always know, okay, there's a caveat here, and that is it's based on the energy. And so when you go to these calls or when you reach out on DMs, or if you're having not a great day and you're ready to go make some high ticket sales, but you're not feeling the best, maybe you just had, one of your one-on-ones cancel or something. And we're not always expected to be our super best on this stuff, guys. Okay. You got to take it easy on yourself too. That's part of running a business. So you show up to the call, you're feeling a little low. They're going to pick up on that. And even if I give you and you're following the authentic sales call strategy that I put together in Content That Converts, even if you're following that, but you don't feel like it is valuable or that they're going to buy, they just won't. And so you have to watch this. Now, fast forward, okay? I have this talk with her. I'll tell you next week how that's going to go down, because I have no doubt that my strategies, when implemented with the right energy, the energy of I know, you know what? Here's the energy, okay? If you knew what I knew about your problem, you would run and not walk to my program. You would throw money at me. And that's how you need to show up to these calls, because that is what people like. They have to trust your methodology. And if you're not sounding so good on the whole trust of your own methodology, why should they trust it? Okay? So that's one, is the energy. You got to know it's more than the strategies, it's the energy. This is also not on sales calls only, but also showing up on Instagram and showing up on social media. You have got to bring the bigger energy to these, the confidence, the energy. And I know it can be hard, especially like as you're getting better and better at it, but you've got to bring big energy and watch what kind of results that brings. Okay, mistake number two. Mistake number two, people do not track their sales numbers. And in this game of connection and getting on enrollment calls and hearing people's pain, you feel like you've really, really connected with them, okay? And it can give you a false sense of, yeah, everybody really, really likes me. I've just missed out on a sale or two. But the fact is, 99.999% of coaches that I work with do not track their sales. They just think that they're making these sales via rapport. Okay, somebody likes me, then they're going to buy from me. But it couldn't be farther from the truth. You've got to start writing down how many sales calls you've had and how many people that you've closed. Industry standard says you're going to, like, if you're a good salesperson, you're going to close 10% of those. And there's a big asterisk at the bottom of that that says how warm that lead is, okay, whether or not they were a referral, whether or not you've known them, maybe they coached with you. Those guys, of course, are going to be easier to sell than somebody who came in off of a Facebook ad. And you've got to start tracking these, because every single time, okay, because you have this connection with people on the phone and things go well, and then maybe you get off the phone and they say, oh, not right now, but later, or I'll find the money, and you feel like you put that in the win column. And the fact is, I talk to so many coaches, I close 100% of people, okay? I close 100% of them, if I get the right person on the line, but I promise you, you have to write that down. Your brain is playing tricks with you because it's such an intimate conversation and you feel in general really good about it and they really want to coach with you, but maybe they don't have the money. You've got to track those numbers, all right? Because you're thinking that you're winning way more than you are. And it's just, you got to look at the industry standard, because in order to scale your business, you have to know the numbers, because it all flows upward. If we know we close 10% of our sales calls, okay, then how many people do we actually need to get to a launch in order to close 10% of our sales calls in order to actually achieve our revenue projections? That's why. And then also to know that you're not closing that many sales and that you need a script and you need a process and you need a strategy to actually close those. Most coaches are amazing thought leaders. They're speakers, okay? You talk to a lot of people you coach and you find rapport with people. And so you think you are naturally a good salesperson. You are not, unless you have been trained, okay? Unless you've taken a course like Content That Converts and you have trained under me and I have shown you, hey, this is how you actually do it, then you're not good at sales. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm very confident in that. Okay, that's number two. The third thing is, and I've got to underline this, and this is tracking everything, treating yourself like a professional, okay? As you bring in sales, calls, and consults, and you make the sale, you've got to track exactly where this person came from, how long they've been in your realm, how you knew them, what kind of person they are, what their job is, all their demographics, because you're going to start noticing patterns here. And this isn't something that you're only going to be doing like once in your business. You're doing this because You're doing this every single time you get a sale. Where did they come from? How many touch points did they have? What has happened with them to actually get them to convert? Because if you're not tracking that, you're just guessing. And your business is also changing, okay? Just because that was the trend last year, maybe more people are coming in on your podcast now, and you're going to want to watch these trends and see, oh, it took people, they had to show up to my launch 3 times before they actually converted. And that's okay, as long as you know it and you can plan for it. But what you don't want to do is be launching and crossing your fingers and not knowing that people have to do a touch point 3 times with you before they buy. And there's no way you're going to know any of this unless you look at every single person that you have sold and you track it back. What was the client journey to get here? And when you do that, you'll see patterns. And then you won't. Then you'll know exactly what your Millionaire Maker funnel should be. You'll know exactly how to get somebody from a Facebook ad all the way through into your high-ticket coaching. And then it becomes a machine, okay? You can bring them in. You can find some real stability and some real consistency in your business because you know what will convert people and you've made a system based on a proven strategy, okay? I've said it before. I love me some Facebook and Instagram media buys and ads. We in my agency runs hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of ads every single year. And the one piece of advice is, okay, do not spend more than $500 on a Facebook ad unless you have proven this organically, because you will waste money. You will hate Facebook ads. You will blame the Facebook gods and say, you stole my money. When no, you listening to this podcast and spending more than that because you think that just because you reach a wider audience, all that Facebook ad is doing is amplifying what you have organically. And if it's not working organically, I promise you, it will not work paid. It will not work paid. So don't waste your money. Figure out a strategy. Here we go with the 3 S's again, guys. Strategies, okay? Figure out a strategy, implement a system, and create those sales at the back end. That's what it takes. And then you can amplify. Then you can amplify what's already working. So those are the 3 mistakes. Let's go through these one more time. Here we go. Energy. You're following a script, but you're not confident in your own programs. You're not bringing the, if I knew what you knew, or wait, if you knew what I knew about your problem, you'd run and not walk and throw money at my program. You'd beg to be in my program even, okay? That's number 1. You got to bring that energy to social and your sales call. Number 2, you are not tracking your numbers on sales calls and you're trying to close on rapport. You are a thought leader. Yes, you're very charismatic, but charisma does not sell coaching. I promise you. Write it down, okay? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you're closing 100% of people, because you're not, okay? Third and final is track the customer journey. Develop a system around that. Every single customer you close, know exactly how they got to you. There will be patterns there. We can replicate them. We can put them in a system. Ding, 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 ding. Okay? And create more sales for you. So there you have it. Those are the 3 majors, okay? The 3 major reasons and problems and mistakes you're making for those high-ticket sales calls that nobody but me, Lindsay Anderson, will tell you. There you go. I've told you the truth once again, you guys. All right. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of the Millionaire Maker Show. I'm your host, Lindsay Anderson. Please go leave us a review. If you like the podcast, please leave me a review. We put a lot of work into this. I hope you're getting those aha moments. Reach out on Instagram at the.lindsay.anderson and ask some questions. Happy to answer any of those questions as you're scaling your way to success in your online expertise business. All right. One more time, applications are open to work with myself and my team. Simply go to lindsayaa.com/coaching, fill out that application, fill it out. Let's have a chat. Let's get you unstuck so 2024 is your best year ever. Thanks again for joining me on the show. Cheers to you and your success.
Thank you for listening to the Millionaire Maker Show with Matt.